This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you everyone for coming out at such short notice. Jackie and I attended the Volunteer Fire Department meeting last night. Their lawyer that were redoing the bylaws for they and the village was there. It was a very productive meeting. I thought we were, an hour and a half, people asking questions, very engaged. A few things that came out of that is that in hindsight, this list of officers should have been sent to us right after the meeting, beginning of the month, last month, and wasn't. And it needs to be done within 30 days. So that's the reason for the emergency meeting, so that we can approve what they've elected. So that's what we're here to do today. Do you have anything to add to that, Amy?
No, sir.
Yeah, or never sir again. But no, I thought it was a good meeting, didn't you?
Yeah.
Informative, and people had a chance to ask questions. And I think that the department came through with their intention is for us to approve this list. And then they will definitely go back and now fill the office of chief. And you get the impression they're going to fill fourth captain?
Yes.
Okay, so they'll fill the two vacancies that are on here. And the protocol is that a chief is not picked in the first round. They will keep going until one is. So the next time we see this, we will be filling those two vacancies. It won't drag on month after month. And if you have somebody, let's just pick Assistant Chief Jen Marshall, say she was capable of running for chief and did and won, then that position would be filled from the floor that night. And
It would
could
be filled from the list of qualified.
from the floor of qualified people, right? And it would have to be the list qualified
Now, right, that's currently,
Yes.
qualified the night of the election, because this is a continuation of the election. Is that what I remember?
that's correct.
Yes.
And Jen put up a new list.
Yes, we posted it last night.
Yeah.
After the meeting.
Yeah, a lot of good information came out of last night. It was very interesting that the lawyer that wrote the bylaws had some areas that he said, it's not in there, or it's a gray area. And he said, the only reason I'm answering you is because I've looked at case law from the state. So it was very good and very informative. Any questions? But, okay, so make a long story short.
So just to bring Leanne up, I asked the question, if we did not approve this list, the people that are right now who are voted in cannot rerun for that position.
If you deny any of the,
Those people, right?
if you deny any of them, yes, then they
Can't run for the position.
would not be able to run.
For the same position that they were elected into, correct? So if you were elected to first assistant chief and we denied that position, you couldn't run for that position again. You could run for fourth captain, you could run for third captain, but you could not run for first assistant chief, correct?
Correct. That's the way I understood it.
Yes,
Okay,
that's,
that's
A
all.
lot of information, hopefully some good notes, but a lot of good
Yeah.
information came out of that last night.
So I just wanted to let you know that we've already done that part. I brought that up. I wanted to make sure.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I would entertain a motion to, is it accept? Is that the key word?
yes.
Accept the results of the annual election from,
I'll make the motion to accept the slate of officers that have been brought to the village board.
That have been presented with chief and fourth captain not filled.
Okay.
and a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I as well. Okay. Any questions? We'll let Lauren go first unless she wants to take on.
So
Lauren goes, where do I begin?
you've approved the officers that were elected in April's election with the two vacancies.
Yeah, this is the slate of officers. You can have that. At the time, there was some confusion on, at the meeting, if they could have filled that position, and that didn't happen, but in actuality, it turns out last night, that's what should should have been done. But it resulted in a position that's open that can now be filled in June.
So there is a chief right now.
Tori is a holdover until such time.
There is no elected.
According to the bylaws, he would remain in that position until someone else is elected.
Correct.
So, did you say that there was a list of eligible candidates for those positions?
For each position, yes,
Okay,
For the two open positions.
right. But there's also got to be a list of people that are qualified for all the others, because if somebody runs and someone moves up, you're going to have a list of people who can fill that position that opens that night.
Right, all that are qualified to run were reposted.
Okay.
so that will take place at the next meeting on, is it in June?
Yes.
Meeting.
First Tuesday in
First
June,
Tuesday in June.
7:00. And once again, as we say, they will be taking down, like if somebody moves up, we'll say from the first cap or whatever captain and opens a vacancy, that vacancy will be filled right there on the spot. So there won't be this ongoing every month another election to fill a vacancy. And if somebody becomes chief, it's not on that list, it's all done. But if somebody from the list below becomes chief, then there's a trickle up, everyone has a chance at that next position. But that'll all happen at the June meeting.
Okay, so for instance, if Jen is assigned to chief, then there would be like a moving up process rather
Well,
than an
there'll be a
election.
vote for that position, and if somebody below gets it, then there'll be a vote for that, and it'll keep trickling down.
Okay, so voting for all of the vacancies.
But let's say somebody becomes chief that's not already on that list, then nothing will change, except the chief.
Okay,
I mean, everyone that's even familiar with all that learned a lot, I would think learned a lot last night. It was interesting. Anything else?
so you had to hold the emergency meeting because you needed to approve this list
30
within 30
days.
days of April's election.
My wife says never put off today what you can do tomorrow. I didn't know what could happen tomorrow, so we did it today.
Okay. All right, thanks.
Okay. Anybody at home have any, or online have a question? Come on, Rick, you're too quiet. Okay, if there are no questions to come before us, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Okay, once again, sorry to bring everybody in at the last minute, but good cause for good people, and glad we could do our part.